Good afternoon, RPG Limit Break, and welcome to this exciting matchup in the Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise Lali-Ho League Round of 16 between Couch23 and EizanTayama. My name is Xenocat, and I'm joined here in the booth by Rivers McCown. How are you doing today, Rivers?
Hey, Xenocat. I'm very excited for this matchup between some of the old guard. EizanTayama made the final day of Xena Zone 1. Couch23 was in the original invitational for Free Enterprise, so these guys have been at this for a long time. Very excited to see how they deal with these new flags.
Yeah, these are some of the old guard of the tournament, of this community, and I'm very excited to see what they do. Oh my goodness, Couch has rickrolled us with those names. Wow.
Just sudden silence. That's all you need.
Yeah. Eizan is not going to show us his names. Might have a surprise for us. Might just be using default names. There's no fault in that. But also not showing us the starting character. So all we have to go on is we have to get Rydia and defeat Calbrena.
I'm a big fan of Seti as far as the Couch names.
Ah, yes. Other Couch names are very important.
The only downside is there's only 4 of them listed instead of 23, but I mean, that's okay.
That's fine. We don't have space to list 23 different Couch names.
Oh, we have some time. I mean, if you want to list some off,
oh no. Oh no. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for listing Couch names. This is not what.
What did you sign up for? Commentary? What's that? But listing Couch names. Come on.
Oh dear, I have been bamboozled.
Do you prefer a mid-century couch or a modern couch?
I don't know. I am not a Couch expert.
I'm a big Bridgewater Couch fan, I think.
That term means nothing to me, but...
How about a Chice Lounge? How about that? You like that?
I know what none of these mean, but I'm sure they all mean things that are very distinct.
Do you know what a sectional is?
Yeah, I know what a sectional is.
Okay. So we got some common ground now. This is good.
I'm not totally Couch deaf.
I mean, of course, a David's technically a couch, right? I mean, it's got to be up there. Yeah,
that works.
I would call it a couch for sure.
Oh, and Eizan is showing us our starting character now. That's an Edward.
That is an Edward. And we've got get Rydia and defeat Calbrena. The kind of character and boss objectives are very interesting on this flag set and how they kind of dictate where you want to start on this. I'm a big fan with the character objectives of trying to get to Kaipo early to see that character.
Yeah, I definitely approve of checking that Kaipo character, even maybe taking a peek into the Baron Inn to see who that character is as well, as we have another character check opened up to us right away with that starting Darkness Crystal.
37,000 GP and a black belt.
Yeah, and Palom to make zero use of that black belt because he's a real great black mage and not so great at fighting.
Hey, he might need some defense early on.
No, that's fair. A black belt is better than nothing.
I bet we'll see both characters check this moon fairly early, given the starting Edward.
Yeah, Edward is half a character. He can do some work early on with a dancing dagger, but the odds that we actually got a dancing dagger, not the best. Although Edward and Palom could both have started with a dancing dagger.
Yeah, we've doubled the odds here. How can you lose? Got to play the game.
Yeah, surely one of them will start with a dancing dagger, and they won't just both start with short bows or great bows and some random arrows.
Ooh, Eizan starting on the right side of Nasidia, going against type.
Yeah, but both runners immediately raising this big whale. but we want to at least check that Unodias character to see if they can, even if it's not that Rydia, get some power going for this early game, because Palom will need a couple levels to get online.
Given the GP, probably not like a must to check the shop, but I expect Blithara's probably will do it early just in case it's something great.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to know if there's Sirens or Bacchus or Hourglasses, Coffins, any of those big 4 tier 5 items. Even if you can't buy all the ones you want right now, it's nice to know where they are or that they're in the seed.
Give them the Cydia shop check first.
Yeah, just because we have access to gated shops doesn't mean we should skip those ungated shops. We might want some camping gear or some extra star veils if you really feel like you have the money for it, or even life potions.
I'm a cheeky succubus purchaser. I think that they have some good utility in this flag set.
They do. They're not usually my style, but I definitely can't fault you because they are very cheap.
And there's coffins. Couch loading up on the coffins, actually. I think you got 4?
Yeah, those will be very nice if we find any non-boss bit bosses that we would like to take out quickly. Or even just for getting through the first few eggs.
Yeah, with Palom online, if you see an early magma key, this is definitely a quick egg take, I feel like.
Yeah, Palom needs, I think, just about 1 egg, maybe slightly more experience than an egg will give to get Quake online, and oh boy, that is the way through the overworld, potentially, with Edge on the Moon.
You love to see it. In fact, you joined.
Oh my. Couch is getting meta with this naming scheme. I guess we all at home are Edge.
Are we getting a Cave Bahamut check? Wow, look at this.
I don't hate this boss check. You don't have to actually take the boss to see what the boss is, especially with the boss objective. Finding out that, say, Calbrena or the Demist are here would both be very good information to have for later. And
the only annoying thing about this part is, like, if you go get up these chests like Couch is doing, and then it's something that you actually want to see what the boss is, then you have to decide between giving up your loot or just going unknown on if it's like, say, Elements or Ruby.
Yeah. I didn't see too much amazing stuff out of that. It's just a Dr. Luge, though, so Couch can just walk right out. We did get a Cure 3 pot, I think a Gaia shirt, or a Gaia robe.
Yeah, we got the helm and the shirt.
Oh, the helm is actually nice. That's a nice little wisdom boost for Palom.
And I believe the 4th was a mute veil.
Yep. Which could be useful if we decide to do, or if we see the Baron guards early. Or for a Warlock grind. But meanwhile, EizanTayama has headed down to the Damsian basement, getting, I would say, above average loot on this flag set for that basement check. A Thunderclaw, Black Sword, and some Diamond Armor.
Couch is moondiving, question mark?
These levels are a little low for a moondive, but might just be face checking some things.
We're trying to do a. We could probably do a Warlock grind here.
Yeah, we could take 1 Warlock, probably. The trouble is finding that Warlock, then getting that Mute Bell off before everyone in this party goes flat. We do have 2 Sirens in the starting kit, so we can summon these Warlocks. Running away.
I guess that wasn't the plan. I think you tried to run buffer.
Yeah, I can't imagine that the running was intentional.
But hey, it looks like this will actually work out, Couch, as long as he gets all 3 of these off.
Yeah, using those coffins that he picked up from the moon shop to make short work of these Warlocks. is going to be a real nice infusion of experience and money for the early part of this seed.
We've got Eizan going up Mount Hobbs.
Yeah, this makes sense. It's another character up here, and it's a free cane. Just got to sit through King Queen Epsilon doing their really low power fire attacks.
18 levels for that Palom. That will be a quick boost. And Eddie got nothing. Sorry.
Sorry, Edward. I think Couch might be planning to use Edward as an anchor for the time being.
So that was only for the Quake. Couch now bailing with a 28 Palom and a 31 Edge.
Yeah, it does have some strength boosting gear, at least for Edge. The headband and the black belt, both very nice pieces of equipment, at least to start out with. That's about as much strength as he normally gets from his gear.
Yeah, you definitely want to find weapons for that Edge soon, though.
Yeah, an Ice Claw is not going to be amazing.
Could incentivize some more chest checks than normal.
For sure. Especially finding this cane on Mount Hobbs, we might want to see if we can find a weapon for him as well, as Eizan checks one chest on Mount Hobbs and gets a wind spear.
Take that, Slumber Sword.
Eizan's decided to stick with the Slumber Sword, which I think is the right play. I think the Slumber Sword is a little bit better overall. It's hard to tell. They're both not ideal.
Couch settling in next to Baron N for the start.
Yeah, I mean, maybe thinking to just try to pad out the party early and get a check here. There's a key item here and a character with.
I mean, once you have Quake, I mean, this shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, we have Quake, and we also have Edge. But that's a gauntlet. And are you really going to sit through that for a Tella?
Actually, I think that's a great find for Couch, given that he invested the time on Palom, because the Quake will actually make shorter work of this than some would. I guess the Edge kind of mitigates that, though.
Yeah.
He can flame it up a little bit.
Yeah, and Tella is very useful for a lot of utility. So, not a bad pickup.
They should go down the hole.
Meanwhile, okay. Twitch had just had a little thing there. We're getting everything back up and running as soon as possible. Meanwhile, we do see EizanTayama in this freeze frame has the Luca key from Antlion. So that's a thing to do once we get underground, but nothing yet in terms of progression.
Thankfully, Twitch happened to, go off for us during the gauntlet, so we didn't miss anything out of Couch's check.
Oh yeah, that's also really nice. We don't need to see all these fights. You're really not missing much. You're missing a few random encounters from the Baron sewers.
Yeah, we do know that Eizan's is frozen right now. We are working on getting it back, so just give us a second.
We do see Eizan has found a Golbez, probably in Kabul, based on that background and the fact that this Alt Gauntlet takes too long for it to be the second boss of Baronin. Yep, there's a CPU in Baronin too.
Golbez blipped the screen. I blame Golbez.
Yeah, it's all Golbez's fault.
What a time for Couch to have Quake, though. This is really a nice spot for this.
Yeah, Quake is going to make pretty short work of the CPU. But Globe 199 is also not great to see.
Yeah, that's Panic Basket.
Oh no.
Oh man, what a wipe.
Oh, that is a costly wipe. That's a whole alt gauntlet undone.
Yeah, gotta imagine he'll be fading that now.
Or
refusing to fade it. I love it.
yes, go back in for round 2.
Just make sure Edward's alive this time. So if you like watching random encounters get destroyed, I got a stream for you, folks.
Yeah, we missed some of these encounters the first time, so we're gonna get them again for you, so you can see more random encounters.
As a vanilla speedrunner, real unfan of the alligator crocodile.
Yeah, they're rude.
They have that chain command built into them, so they get to take turns no matter what, and it can be really annoying trying to run away from them.
Yep. But Eizan has made it through full defense and just gets a rat tail, which we knew because of Golbez couldn't be underground access anyway, but rat tail can't get underground access because you can't turn it in until you get the hook, so it's kind of a moot point.
I would say as a runner, seeing this all gauntlet, I understand that Couch has put in the time for Quake, but that's something that when I see it, I would try to fade to the end of my checks if I could.
Yeah, especially since Tella is the character here while Tella is nice to have, you don't really need him at this point. He's not going to be a powerhouse like Palom or Edge would be on the overworld. Heck, even that Kane is going to be contributing more damage-wise than Tella would be.
Trying to hit the Edward and the Edward hit.
Oops. Edward doesn't want to get hit. He's smart like that.
We have the same name, but that doesn't mean you can hit me.
Yep.
So we're going to see the Ordeals play from Eizan.
That's actually a fairly nice place to see Baigen. This spot has one of the lowest physical attacks in the game, and most of what Baigen does is punch, and Baigen can be very rude when his punches actually do damage.
Looks like Eizan's found some nice arrows for Edward at some point.
Yeah, those look like samurai arrows, I want to say.
Yeah, that was my initial thought.
I could be wrong, but that's based on that animation, that color and the animation. That's what I think those are. Doesn't look like has a phenomenal bow to go with those arrows, unfortunately, but he's doing triple-digit damage. That counts for something.
Ooh, the jump and miss. Look at this.
Pesky Slumber Sword accuracy.
I thought the Wind Sphere was better. What happened?
I think Eizan chose to stick with the Slumber Sword. Not positive, but I think that's the weapon that's on Kane right now.
All right, so in the CPU, we got on Couch's side. I'm going to do the bluff on Palm this time, so that should boost the magic damage enough.
Yep. That bluff will help just make that Quake do a bit of an extra punch to get through the CPU's HP. And hey, there's those Baron guards at the back attack.
These gods are on fire.
Oh, I mean, we don't really have a great way of dealing with these other than we could stop them. That is a Slumber Sword because Kane just put one of them to sleep.
We do have those Medusa arrows, but
Yeah.
you have to time them properly here.
They could work well. I mean, I think the guard that's already asleep might be easier to hit with those. Although I'm not super confident about how that stone proc interacts with enemy being asleep.
And couch through the CPU, which is floating but still hit by Quake somehow, and it's Hook.
That is likely our logical underground access. So there is at least some progression from that, and does give access to another character.
Yeah, between Tello without ordeals and Edward, you have one full character.
Yeah, so we have 3 characters right now. We could make that 4 by going through the Hook route potentially, or we could turn Tella into a real character and do Mount Ordeals.
Yeah, that's what Couch is doing. They'll have a much easier time with Quake. Tell you that much.
Quake should be able to just tear through these first 2 spots.
I can see the reward on Eizan's side here.
That's another thing to check on the overworld, and 2 more character spots.
Well, that's all Tella spells unlocked, and it's also some treasury rating, and yeah, I have a feeling we're going to see that one pretty quickly.
Yeah, we treasury rating with no good weapon for Kane or Edge. That sounds like the perfect time to rate the treasury.
Yeah, you've got with Edge especially, I think benefits from treasury in this flag set.
Yeah,
Him and Rydia are the ones that are most impacted by losing their gear.
yeah, they're both very gear dependent, and Edge especially has a lot of great tier 5 and 6. Has great weapons that are tier 5 and 6. And Kane does as well too, but Kane just has so many more options that it's more likely that you're going to find something without the treasury.
And Couch extremely quickly gets through both bosses here.
Yeah, these bosses don't like getting quaked.
And then we've got some D-Lunars here, and yeah, I wonder if they'll like getting quaked.
I don't think they will. But they don't even have that much HP. Couch might virus them instead.
That's a smart play. You got to save the MP.
You got it. More like save the animation time.
All right, Eizan hovering over Troya in that one little spot. He is going to the castle. He is turning to the right, and I think that means we've got some sound cues.
Yep, I think it's time to play everyone's favorite game.
Got a siren, got a ninja shirt.
Multiple ninja shirts, some Artemis arrows. there's some minor upgrades. We have real swords now.
All in all, kind of disappointing for a treasury, though. But
yeah, definitely disappointing. We have more mediocre weapons for Kane.
Oh yeah, Kane gets the upgrade to the flame spear.
Flame spear, so you know that amazing weapon that is definitely end game viable.
You know, for something rough on this Earth Crystal, this actually could still work out for Couch, because even though he took that wipe, he's still sitting on Quake, and that makes up a lot of time.
Yeah, Quake is going to tear through a lot of these fights. Unfortunately, not going to tear through Golbez, because Golbez is Golbez, and likes to waste time with cutscenes. But Quake should make short work of pretty much anything else we run into on this overworld.
Gotta make sure to hide the Edward. Gotta run buffer all the way to hide the Edward.
Yeah, gotta get Edward out of there so that Golbez only gets to knock down one party member instead of two. Because when Edward is hidden, he doesn't count. But
Boss.
Oh, hi, Wyvern. This should tell Eizan that logical underground access is in Baron Inn.
Oh, lose the experience on that Pelham. Oh no, didn't do enough to kill.
Yeah, the Wyvern doesn't have very good magic attack here, so about 3,000-ish damage per roll per character, plus having the spot having 9,000 hit points. Gonna need a little bit of extra help to finish off this Wyvern.
More like a minor nuke.
Yeah, it's not really a mega nuke. And Eizan gets through this Wyvern at the same time that Couch gets through the Golbez.
And Couch can be the first one to shake that rat tail.
Yeah. That rat tail in hand, that's another very fast check to just get out of the way. But Eizan is going to be the first one to find the foo.
Well, there goes that Couch advantage at Baronet.
Yeah, having the hook and having Quake on Palom is nice, but we have foo now. And foo just kind of breaks everything open. Also, how about an objective?
Yeah, they were nice.
Yeah, definitely nice to see Rydia up here, just to get the objective out of the way, if nothing else.
Couch is going to Hobbs. Let's go.
You gotta get that Slumber Sword Cane, and looks like Eizan has decided that he doesn't want Edward in the party anymore.
Eizan almost threw his Artemis arrows and it was making me anxious.
Yeah, you probably don't want to ditch the Artemis arrows quite yet. We might have someone use those at some point.
This would actually be a really tough spot if not for that food that just popped in the party.
Yeah, this could have been very rude. And who doesn't have? I mean, has some black magic. Lit 3 works, Virus works, but I saw Holy in his white magic.
I sure saw that as well.
That is a little bit spicy. And Rydia is going to do her job, I think, for probably most of the rest of the seed, if not the entire rest of the seed on Eizan's side, of taking a nap.
It was a very traumatic experience being up there with that ball hovering over her head, so,
Yeah.
I mean, just relax. Take a load off.
She deserves the day off. You know, after clearing through Mount Hobbs, it does look like Couch is going to be getting through this antlion check. This should be very fast for him.
What about the memes, though? What about the memes, Couch?
He has a source of exit, it's fine. But we do have hard required Tower of Zot with that Legend Sword. Well, hard required assuming Rydia doesn't show up anywhere else.
So now Eizan gets to go right into Baron Inn and see the news that Pooh's gonna be busy.
Yeah, Pooh's gonna be doing a lot of work here. Couch has picked up his Luca key. We'll see where he goes next. I think likely we'll turn in the rat tail before diving down the hook route. Has to raise the hovercraft still.
Yeah, it's hard to see Zot being skipped, as Chet's pointing out, with how this overall's played out.
Yeah, unless this rat tail gives a magma key, I don't see any runners skipping the Tower of Zot, especially with Couch's power level, being able to just clear through the Tower of Zot very quickly. And it looks like I was wrong, because I'm always wrong when I try to predict what runners are going to do, and Eizan is going to let Rydia get some levels.
Now Couch gonna go turn in this red tail really quick. Gonna see a Murasame, which would be great for Edge.
That is phenomenal for Edge. I would say that's definitely an upgrade over anything we saw in the Treasury. No progression though, so Couch is probably going to head up Zot, or might dive the hook route. We'll see. He's looking like he's taking the hovercraft down at least to the Evelyn Cave area.
Yeah, Couch definitely has some interesting routing this seed. I don't think most people would have tried that early Warlock grind, but I mean, you can't argue that it paid off for him. So
yeah, having access to Quake has definitely been nice for him so far.
Couch, a very creative player. That's what I'll say.
It looks like. Oh, hi. That's vanilla. Yeah, that's a vanilla D-Mist right there that Couch just found in Mist Cave.
It was lightly randomized.
Yeah. Just because we randomize the seed doesn't mean everything has to be moved. Some things sometimes land in the spot that they are usually in, and that's fine. So we have a surprised bonus check. Oh, that's a package. immediately punished for walking in to Mist Village from the left side.
You can't exit out of that, by the way, if you're playing this. And like, I'm not here to like bash on Couch for messing that up, but you can't exit out of that if that happens to you.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing. It does look like Couch does want the package. It is a key item. So, and we do get an experience boost at 10 key items, so that there's a reason to want to accrue key items a bit early on, just so you can get that double experience bonus as soon as possible. And Couch is going to be making this character check, and that's a Cecil.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, looks like Couch is not going to be taking that right now. This makes sense. I don't think we have anything decent for him to wield, other than maybe the Slumber Sword.
Yeah, I can understand passing him up for now.
Meanwhile, Eizan has also found the D-Mist. And we'll be picking up his package. As we get a sparkle in the waterfall, and Couch is not going to show us which sparkle that is.
Well, we've seen Wyvern, we've seen the Lunars, so that narrows it down a little bit.
Yeah. So now we know that either Ogo Plague or Paleding is hanging out in the waterfall. And it doesn't really matter which one. I mean, we don't need to kill it for an objective either way, so...
And coming over to pick up his Monosame, and then I believe he is out of checks, and
yeah,
it's Moon or Hook.
Yeah, I think after this, we've got to either get through this Hook route to get underground, or start diving the Moon. Which, with access to Tella and Fu, we could do a D-Money grind, but the Vanilla Giant flag that we've added in this tournament makes that a lot less attractive than it was in the last one.
Yeah, you'd really be banking on Calbrena being there if you were to try to make that play.
Yep. Calbrena or... Well, no, we have... I don't know. It would have to be Calbrena or banking on the fact that it's some relatively easy bosses in that giant that would get him the rest of the way through the grind that he needs, and then hoping that the experience there would get you through the rest of the seed faster than not doing a D-Machine.
So Eizan has this Fu on Eizan's side has a nuke at 1600 HP, so this seed has been put into the microwave now.
Yeah, we're going to probably just microwave the entire Hook route. I don't think a D-Machine grind is necessary. And Eizan does have Quake on Talon now, which does sort of neutralize Couch's Quake advantage even further.
You got Life Staff out of that treasury. You have Murasame. Are you still checking weapons for Kane at this point?
I mean, I'd like something better than a Flame Spear. I'll loot a little bit. Not much. I would say maybe loot, say, this Evelyn Cave, and then call it a day.
I'm going to be curious if we don't find anything for that Kane, if that pushes, like, if the next Cal pops up here, if somebody go back to pick up that Cecil.
Yeah, that could be definitely an interesting play, because Kane right now is kind of weak.
Couch finding our Wyvern, who has a mini nuke.
Yeah, Wyvern not being very impressive. Meanwhile, Eizan is dealing with the inventory boss by giving a whole bunch of things away to this shop, because there are sirens in this shop. And Eizan wants some of those sirens.
Haven't seen hourglasses yet, so not exactly the easiest setup to go dive Moon right away.
Yeah, this might be just picking these sirens up for later, knowing that this shop is a little bit out of the way. Might just want to grab the sirens for now, and then go through the hook route without a grind to see what's in the underground. But Couch takes an unfortunate wipe to this Wyvern.
Yeah, couldn't get the 2 star bells up like Eizan did.
Yeah, I think that's mostly due to the fact that Couch is set up with a slow anchor, which is, you're generally good for the later game, but this spot's fairly slow. So... might actually be speeding Wyvern.
Ooh, here we go. Here we go, folks.
Yeah, that's some spice on that hook route.
Now, it does come with Fu, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But...
yeah, we have Fu. We're fine, probably. But,
that's at least a little sweat.
yeah, even with the Fu, Kainazo is rude. And, yeah, Kane is gone for this Yang. Because Yang does not need gear to do lots of damage. And we have a Thunderclaw and an Ice Claw, so Yang can hit the weakness, hit Kainazo's weakness no matter what. And Flame Spear Kane not going to stick around.
Yeah, I can appreciate that play. Yang definitely will grow up to be a better player for this team without any equipment.
For sure. He'll be a little bit weaker for now, but long term, definitely a solid pickup. Couch not wanting to lose that Wyvern kill, dipping into the save room really quick, just to keep his progress. But probably won't be too worried about the second boss with Fu showing up at this point.
Always good to run into Fu.
Yeah, there's not a lot of situations in which I find that it's not worth it to take Fu.
Well, getting the mad over Chester on Eizan's side, so probably trying to get that Yang a little bit more leveled.
Yep, it's a relatively easy fight, especially with Sais coming out from Fu, basically neutralizing the Mad Ogre's attacks. Now it's just a matter of getting rid of them.
And Couch lights up Objective 4 and immediately leaves that Rydia behind.
Yeah, no space for Rydia in this setup. Tel is already taking over the anchor role, and Rydia takes just too much time to get to serve any other role, especially if you don't find any of her really good summons.
Life glitches here. If you're new to this game for whatever reason, the life potion will bring an enemy back to life, but because there's no vitality stat, it just instantly dies, and it basically just accumulates experience, which is what Eizan wanted here, sending Yang to training camp for 16,000 experience.
Yeah, getting those life glitches off is very nice, just to get a little bit of extra experience and money out of every fight that you do, if there are multiple enemies in the fight, and it's not a boss. Or undead.
And it's a good thing that Eizan wanted that experience, because all he got was a cabin out of that.
Yeah, the experience was the real reward there. As much as camping gear is nice, you're usually not looking for cabins and chests.
Yeah, I'd rather have 5 tents than 1 cabin.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in my opinion, tents are basically as good as cabins. Almost better in some respects.
Couch now meeting up. inside the hook route. Gonna see his Kainatsu soon. Probably pick up some Sirens. Wonder if I'll take that Yang. That'll be a good question for him.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, as we have Rubicant at this first spot. So hey, you know how we have that Ice Claw? That's going to be useful for this too.
Drain Sword high.
Yep, just tossing that Drain Sword. We don't need that anymore. But also Rubicant is very allergic to being microwaved.
Most bosses are.
Yeah, turns out microwaving them, bosses, is a really good way of getting rid of them.
I don't think we really went over why Kainatsu is so scary here, but the wave attack is HP based, and because Kainatsu in this spot has a ton of HP, you can see those waves do like 12 to 1800 damage per round if he keeps all of his HP. LeFou is going to knock it down with that nuke a lot here, so it won't be as bad as it could have been, but it's still kind of a scary fight, and you can see Eizan taking a lot of precaution here with Battle Speed 3.
Yep, saving, going down to Battle Speed 3, probably heading down here just to, might be trying to get better time, easier timing with these storages, using the Bacchus here to start setting up for turn buffering. Which is really helpful in terms of getting these storages that we started with out on at the right time. Although that's early. But Kainatsu here is pretty much the reason that we started with those storages, or at least that they're available on the overworld, because Kainatsu here without storages to get rid of that, prevent that wave attack, can be very rude. Especially since there is no guarantee you get a Black Mage on the overworld.
Yeah, in the vanilla game, Kainatsu is almost a joke among the four fiends because you have Lit 3 Intel at that point, and that's almost all of his HP no matter what. And the randomizer, you can get into some really weird spots that have high HP and make him a real pain.
Yeah, it turns out having an HP-based attack, not the scariest when the spot's max HP is 4,000. Gets a lot scarier when you start moving that boss around to much higher HP spots, where you're doing 6 times the damage.
Anyway, here comes some nukes.
Yeah, nukes will knock down Kainatsu's HP a lot, and since the wave is based on the current HP, becomes less scary with each nuke that comes out, but Kainatsu's already hiding inside the shell.
And by virtue of not doing that Mad Ogre's Chest, and not picking up Yang, Couch all the way caught up to the fight now. Behind on damage, of course, but he did make up some time there.
Yep, it does have Ice 3 on Palom, which could do a decent amount of damage to Kainatsu here. But looks like is opting for Quake instead, just for the faster cast time.
Yeah, and there's no guarantee you'll actually hit the right window. You have to time that properly.
Yep, and didn't matter anyway because Palom, unfortunately, getting knocked down by that wave.
Yeah, this is why this spot is evil.
Yeah, that was a wave after he took 5,000 damage from a nuke.
But Fu prevailing on Eizan's side, and he is through the fight.
Yep, getting underground with, I would say, a very respectable time of right around 46-47 for the Pitfall. Especially considering we had an Earth Crystal, we had a Big Whale cutscene, and we had this boss here.
And we've got a Top of tower checked. Got Bahamut up there. That's pretty free. They may not have star belts to do it, but
Yeah,
even without those, you can damage race with Fu.
I think Eizan used up both of the Star Veils in the starting kit on the Wyvern in Zot, but Fu can probably win a damage race against that Bahamut. The real reason I think to leave that alone for now is because it's a bit of a long walk, and we don't have a tower key yet, which could make your routing a little bit more efficient.
I think when you're on a boss hunt, you definitely want to prioritize spots you haven't seen yet, if you can.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense to at least come down here to the Feymarch. There's 2 more bosses that we can just take a peek at to see if they're Calbrena. And there's a freaky item to obtain down here as well, which could be very helpful.
Inside the shell.
Yeah. Ken also loves to remind you that he's hiding inside the shell.
He hides inside the shell a lot, folks. However, vulnerable to nuke when he's in the shell state, and at Ether 2, I think that's exactly what Couch set him to do.
But doesn't need the nuke. Edge just finishes Kinazo off.
Nice, and there is a pass for Eizan in the Feymarch.
Yep, that is nice. That'll be quicker access to Zeromus at the end of the seed. And that is a Mylon at Leviathan, and Leviathan has shifted over just 1 spot to the Asura spot, which actually makes him a lot more dangerous.
When you have Fu, you're more tempted to take fights like this that are kind of maybe like not the most efficient time, but can also reward you if you do it quickly. Fu makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, Fu makes a lot of things a lot easier. But Couch is now underground, just a little over 2 minutes behind Eizan. And Eizan did find a longsword in that Feymarch shop, so did pick one up. So now Edge is ready to go.
And gonna skip out of Feymarch bosses for now. Can't blame them.
Yeah, both forms of Mylon can be a little bit punchy. And Leviathan, those Ice 2s are gonna hurt.
Couch going to Dwarf Castle to get the free healing pot first.
And it looks like might be heading into either do a shop check or fight the 2 bosses here, get Fu a little bit more powered up if he's not already max power, and check another character.
That is an Asura.
Yeah, and that Asura is just a little bit out of 1 microwave range, I think, for Couch.
Need to improve the wattage.
Yeah. Fu is not quite ready to microwave Asura fully. Which is could be a bit of a problem with this Asura, as she likes to cast Cure 4 on herself.
Should have the wall, or are we just gonna go for it? Yeah.
I think just going for it. That Quake will take down enough HP, I think, that this nuke might finish her. That's not enough. And, Kane is down. Edge not finishing her, but moving her over to the Life 1 phase. That's something.
Adamant out of Sheila 1, so Eizan will have another objective lit up if he wants to go there.
Yeah, and that is some goods from Sheila. Also a very nice shop if we have any money left over. because I believe Coco's shop is the only shop that can sell tier 6 items, but they tend to be very expensive. And there's no character in Dwarf Castle today. It's just a duplicate edge and an elements fight. And it does look like Eizan is going to go straight for that forge.
I'm still good to put the objective on the board, I gotta say. Even if like you couldn't wrap it together in a timing way that makes like absolute perfect sense, like just having it on the board feels nice.
Yeah, does get the information that there are Zeus gauntlets and apples in Coco's shop. Artemis arrows as well, but Eizan already has some. And a Leviathan summon for the Rydia that is no longer in the party. Eizan is going to be taking the Dwarven pot, might be following up on this Dwarf Castle check, just hot on Couch's heels here.
Yep, that makes sense.
And why would you buy Zeus gauntlets from Coco's when they're available for free for going through Dwarf Castle?
Hashtag value.
So much value. I mean, they're nice. Definitely, Zeus gauntlets are one of the better rewards from a key item spot.
Akkus and Dwarf Castle got hourglasses at Tamra, so pretty much all the power stuff we've seen in shops now.
Yeah, I think we have. And it looks like Eizan is going to leave Dwarf Castle alone in favor of diving the sealed cave. Well, Couch is going to be heading down to the Feymarch to pick up his pass, and we'll see if they decide to take on either of these two bosses down here.
Always sealed.
I mean, it's a nice check. You get to see the key item before you fight the boss. Eizan does have a source of warp in the form of Fu or Tella. I'm not sure if Palom has warp yet, but you only need one.
In his pass.
Looks like Couch is getting set up to maybe take on one of these fights by taking that 1200 gold in. And to answer a question in chat, in this flag set, if the runners dismiss a character, if you see another copy of that character in a character spot later, you can pick that character up, but you cannot. Once a character is dismissed, you can't go and pick them up in the Tower of Mysidia. And that's value in Sealed Cave. We have found the pink tail.
Light up objective number 3 in a little bit.
Yeah. And that's not a pleasant fight. Magus Sisters here are not the best.
No, they do some really good damage here, for sure.
No, you do not like seeing Magus Sisters at the Sealed Cave. And it looks like Couch is going to show us that the Mylon form in the Feymarch is Mylon and Friends variant.
That's actually probably the better form for this fight, for this party, because you just have Fu nuking.
Without the source of holy damage, this form is a little bit less punchy than the other one. The other one just punches. This form does some other things, and the lit ones here are not going to be scary. Although the lit one counters might get a little bit annoying.
Oh, not as annoying as they would be if you kill all those gas right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mylon's one of those fights that it's like, it seems very easy, but then, you know, you're finishing it like 4 minutes later and you're like, what happened to my time?
Yeah, it's a slow fight. It's not necessarily a hard fight, but it's definitely a slow fight.
I'm getting a revival of the sisters now.
Definitely not ideal. You don't want Mindy back. But Cindy's gone. That's a good sign for Eizan.
And avoid the charm game.
Yep, I think Eizan might have a headband on one of his characters, which would resist that charm, so I think that might be on Edge. So at least Edge is safe. But Sandy's down, so it doesn't matter.
And the fight should, the nuke coming here should end this in short order.
Or Edge can just do it again.
Edge is such a glory hog.
Yeah, Edge keeps stealing Foo's kills.
Just trying to celebrate the old man. Alright, so we got Pinktail. Turn that in. Then you're a Twin Harp or a Calbrania from Go mode. How does that kind of change your moon calculus if you're Eizan right now?
I have to think that the moon looks pretty tempting, especially since there are a lot of bosses that we have not peaked up there.
I think Couch was the one who saw Dr. Luge in Cave Value. But other than that, we've seen no other bosses yet.
Yeah, for Eizan, there's 6 bosses up there. If any of those is Calbrana, that is complete Go mode. Wouldn't even if it's at the bottom of the moon, wouldn't need to walk out if he turns in the pink tail before going up there. And meanwhile, Couch has just found a white spear from Mylon, so hey, Kane can be useful now.
Hey, keep Kane. That is value.
Yeah, that's real great for Couch. Eizan probably not going to be excited if he gets to that white spear. It does look like Eizan is going to be heading into Dwarf Castle. Checking the shop might peak the first boss.
Right. Yeah, now into the second boss already through the Earth Crystal. The long healing pot play. No, what's happening here? Where are you going, Eizan?
Well, I think he was thinking about doing the long healing pot play and then decided, that's not worth it. I should just use my stack of Cure 2s.
I gotta say, I would be tempted by the moon play right now, but I might want that Bahamut on top of the tower out of the way first. It's not a hard fight, and you can just reset if it's nothing.
That is very fair. The only problem is if that suddenly turns into a chain, like, say, the Baron Key, which is a long check, and, it does open up 2 more boss checks, could just lead to nothing.
Yep, you could fall into that trap as well.
Oof,
Couch showing us the Leviathan. Ice 2 does a lot of damage here.
Yeah, Ice 2 does a lot of damage. It's not pleasant. Goodbye, Kane. It's nap time for you. He's going to be utilizing Tella to get some extra damage on Leviathan by putting up that wall on Foo to keep him safe and send the Ice 2s right back. But 1,000 damage to you is not really as good as 1,000 damage to the boss.
Couch not really in any danger of losing the fight at this point, looks like.
Yeah, I should be able to get through this, no problems. Meanwhile, it does look like Eizan is committing to this Dwarf Castle check. Which,
let me ask this then. If you are going to the moon soon, are you shopping for Star Bells or are you just free rolling it? Because you've seen Wyvern, you've seen Gold Bells already.
I'm free rolling it. I don't need Star Veils.
A gambler.
I mean, maybe like 1 for the Zeromus fight. Maybe.
Yes, the golden apple from Leviathan. That hurts.
Yep, no value in the Fey March today. Eizan making pretty short work of this element spot. Yeah, Firebomb going to completely eliminate it. And now Couch is going to dive the Sealed Cave.
He'll feel real good about seeing the prize here.
Yeah, Pinktail is a very nice find.
Honestly, considering Couch did those 2 Feymark checks, he's really not that far behind right now.
Yeah, no, he's only behind this Sealed Cave play, and I think the Sheila 1 check. Those are the only checks that I can think of. And the process of forging, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, Edge is ready to go. Edge doesn't need anything else now.
Your Edge is in go mode?
Edge is in go mode. I would say so, yes. With Murrow Long, Headband, Ninja Shirt, Zeus Gauntlet. And it does look like Eizan is going to keep showing us new ground, as I think he's gearing up to take on Keyless Tower. I think one thing that might be keeping him from doing the moon is that he doesn't have camping gear, really.
That's right. I don't think we've seen that.
But yeah, we have not seen any camping gear in shops yet. That's the one thing that I would really like to have before a moon dive, and we don't have access to that right now.
It's fine. You've got what, Fu? You can stretch 190 MPO for 7 fights, right?
I wouldn't hate like a top of the moon play, like because you can always exit out to the whale from there and use the whale for healing, but especially for clearing the bottom 4 bosses of the moon, not having access to camping gear or even elixirs, a couple elixirs for that restoration is going to be a little rough.
Yeah, you might be incentivizing top down with this set of circumstances.
Yeah, I think if I were to do any shop checks before going to the moon, it would be for that camping gear and not for any sort of star veils or even life pots.
All right, Couch through the sisters, and Eizan about to bum rush this poor Bahamut.
Poor Bahamut is probably about to get microwaved and quaked and beat up a whole bunch by Edge. Also, Yang is here.
Keep counting. Keep counting, bro.
Yang is helping with 600 damage to Edge's 2200 and Fu's 5000.
Tella's also here.
Tella is also here.
Also appearing in this fight, Tella.
Edge is doing more damage than Palom. Sometimes, depending on damage rolls. But yeah, Bahamut did not finish counting.
Lost the race.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bahamut, you couldn't count down from 5 fast enough. And
what did you just say?
This is probably one of the worst key items to find here, because you have to walk this out. But
have to walk it out. I don't think you have to do it though.
I mean, you don't have to, but this could be value. But it really just incentivizes you to go chase this and get these, because there's 2 key item checks behind Baron, and there's 2 bosses that we don't know, in addition to the 1 boss that we saw at the beginning of the seed, which I have already forgotten.
Couch gonna turn in his pink tail.
I really like this. Turning the pigtail early is good because the pigtail can be very valuable. Although I suppose without Cecil or Kane for Eizan, it's not as much of a priority. Hey, we might want that Cecil.
Well, that Cecil sure did gain a lot of value in the last 10 seconds.
Do we go through package at this point for Cecil?
Ooh. I think you're so leveled already that you probably don't do it. But I would understand it.
Yeah, I'm not sure sitting through the package cutscene is worth it. I think I would take a Cecil if he were just handed over to me at this point.
But what if Calbrain is a package though?
That is a good point. That could be a thing. If Calbrain is there, Cecil then becomes my anchor, and I go shopping for a Drain Sword.
Taking his nap.
Or I just ditch Cecil. Yeah. Does look like Couch is gearing up for a moon dive. Well, Eizan is going to be heading into Baron, or no? Yeah, Couch is on the moon.
Yep. So Couch has faded Sheila 1, which has the adamant, we know, and Top of Tower, which has the Baron key.
Yeah, if this Baron key has value, that could be huge for Eizan. Alternatively, if Couch finds something on the moon and decides to bail, he might get to that Sheila 1 check before heading back to the blue planet, especially if he finds a pan up here.
If you're a Couch fan, you're hoping hard for that pan right now, for sure.
Yep, it does look like Couch is going to be doing the top-down play, because, again, no camping gear, so it's a little bit harder to heal up between these fights, but you can at least get a heal after this first fight without losing too much time. And oh, hi. This is a bit of a pain, ma'am.
Yeah, just a little bit.
No.
Close.
Very close. It just got a little bit high rolled there.
Those 100 HP losses to the Pain Man that really hurt. Especially in this spot. Have to walk all the way back.
Yeah.
Well, good spot to find Ogopogo.
Oh yeah, that's a great spot for Ogo. Not much HP here. Much better than finding Ogopogo on the moon.
Yeah, Ogo on the moon is a rude awakening.
Yeah. Ogo in a lot of places is rude, but not there. And there's our value.
Oh.
That is go mode for Eizan. Because 6 dolls in a trench coat have become the puppet king of Baron.
Sick of these puppet regimes.
Yeah. But I don't think we'll get to see...
Couch does get through the Dark Knight.
Yep, Couch is through the fight with Fu and Edge alive, getting the experience here. And We can back row glitch edge now.
I would argue that this moon is in fact not full at all.
And that is an upgrade from the middle sword. Sure, and oh, hi Sid, that's vanilla.
Said it was lightly randomized.
You know, he had some different gear.
So Eizan has the Fu, probably comfortable grinding.
Yeah, I mean, has sirens, has doing math right now. Has 10 key items for sure. So
yeah, has the 10 key items.
Yeah, this could be just grind on eggs and go. Might get Palom to nuke, might not get Palom to nuke. It's not that important. And hey, it's a hat. I mean, we take that hat.
Well, didn't have enough ninja gear, so.
No, Edge needed to be stronger.
Are you fine too, Eizan? Maybe picking up more sirens here?
Maybe. Maybe thinking wants to make sure he has enough sirens to do enough eggs to get Palom up to nuke for some hybrid strats.
That would definitely make the fight a joke.
Yeah. Fu, especially since Fu might be relegated to white mage duty, as we don't have a real white mage. It looks like Eizan wanting to pick up an extra 10 stack of sirens. And I expect we're going to be seeing a lot of scrambled eggs.
Well, I mean, it is brunch at Free Enterprise, so...
Yeah, no, it definitely makes sense. I'm a little jealous of the amount of scrambled eggs that Eizan is going to be having.
A rude spot to put Valbos.
Yeah,
Counter graze.
We don't need to fight Val. Not yet.
So, would you say that you prefer scrambled eggs, Xenocamp?
I would say so, yeah.
Fight, Gunna!
Oh, the naming scheme.
I would also say that I'm a scrambled preferrer.
Yeah, scrambled eggs are great. It does look like Fu is going to have to do not going to be doing a ton of heavy lifting in this grind, as Fu is essentially out of MP.
Tella gonna be the anchor. With 68,000 a pop, you probably only need like 3 or 4 more to just go. Yep. So it's either the question is going to be, is it that, or we're going to nuke with Palom?
Yeah, and we have plenty of sirens. I saw 17 in the inventory. That is so many.
Couch winning a tiara from that hard-fought waterhead fight.
That's nice, for the 0 characters that can wear it right now.
And Eizan summoning the yellow dragon.
Yeah, Edge is not back row glitched, so not able to do his full damage from that back row.
If only he had the full moon.
Yeah, if only you had that full moon from the Murasame altar.
Elf is another nice find for Couch. Get that white spear cane going. It shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, White Spear Cane is going to do some work on this fight, and the second phase is vulnerable to a lot of status effects because it loses the boss bit. So while you can't do any instant death things to it, you can weak it like Dark Elf is doing to that edge. You can stop it, all sorts of things.
Oh, no nukes.
Yeah, that's real unfortunate.
Makes the reset.
Yeah, Fu is probably the worst person to absorb that picky.
Random piggy generator. Pick the wrong guy.
Eizan, meanwhile, headed over to the dwarf pot just to heal up real quick before heading into this egg. And continuing with his grind. Tella is going to get a couple levels on Tella.
The fight gets harder.
Yeah, it looks like Eizan is no longer caring about keeping Tella down. This should be fine. I mean, we might have to do a little bit of extra grinding to make sure that the Z fight goes smoothly, but
Yeah, if you're already gonna, buy 17 sirens and boost Talon into nuke range, what's another 100,000 experience for Talon?
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna buy 17 sirens, you may as well use 17 sirens.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you can't just tease us with 17 sirens. You got to use every last one of them. I want to see a level 65 Zeramus fight.
Yeah, we're going all the way to level 65 for sure. Oh my goodness, this moon is haunted.
Big assassin dagger energy.
So far, we've checked 3 things on the moon. All 3 have been busts. There's still a lot of checks available on the moon. There's the Ribbon Room, there's the Crystal Sword Altar, there's Cave Bahamut. We can't say it's haunted yet.
Of course we can't. There was already a full moon on it.
That's true. But there's a full moon, so clearly the moon is full.
Right. Which doesn't mean it's not haunted, it just means that it's full.
Yeah, it's full of bosses and items.
And walking.
And blocking, yes, lots of blocking.
Alright, Tella's gained enough levels. Eizan's sick of this.
Yeah, Tella needs a nap now.
A week on Pelham here, so we are 49, 3 levels away.
Should be no more than 3 sirens at this point. And that, speaking of bosses we don't want to see on the moon, we avoided the Valet Ribbon Room just to find Antlion at Crystal Sword Altar. This is punchy.
If this were, if we had FFZ loaded here, this would be a good FF4 deja vu moment.
Antlion, it feels like Antlion just loves to take lunar vacations, and runners do not like it when Antlion takes lunar vacations.
I've seen him out on the Giant lately. He's getting his pilot's license.
Yeah, more rude spots for Antlion. Both those giant spots are very rude. But Eizan has Nuke on Palom now.
And now he's confirming it and moving it up and getting in his airship. He's got the pass. I think there's like a flag or a question or Xena can't help me out. What are we supposed to do here?
I think there's something, but I don't see chat helping us out at all, so I don't know what exactly the thing is that we're supposed to be asking. Eizan is going... Found some Star Veils and camping gear in Agert. It was all in Agert all along. Never skip the Agert item shop. But I am starting to see some flags in chat now. It's something with a Z and a question mark. I think there's a question that they want us to ask. I'm not sure what question it is exactly, Rivers. I mean, it's a little early to ask it, I think, but...
I think what they're asking is if it's okay to take a nap after brunch. And I would say morally, you're in the right.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine to take a nap after brunch. But
no, they keep asking it. I guess it must be something else.
Yeah, I think it might have something to do with this fight that Eizan's about to go into.
Oh, is there something special about this fight?
Yeah, I would say there's something special. I think we don't like to move this final fight around because the battle boss is scary, but we need to randomize something about him. So instead of randomizing his location, we decided we're going to randomize what he looks like. So there is a question we like to ask at the end of the seed. If you want to do the honors, or
is the question who is Butt?
That's definitely part of the question. I think the question they want to hear is, whose butt are we going to kick this afternoon? The other question is butt cute? This is also an important question.
That's my favorite question.
I care more about is butt cute than whose butt.
Wow, Eizan,
please.
Forgetting to change the rows in the order, man.
Yeah, goodness. We did all that build up just for a reset.
I feel deceived.
I mean, I guess we'll have to find out what butt a little later, but it does look like Couch is now headed on the right path, is doing the keyless tower dive.
I think in punishment we should only call Couch's stream from now on.
Yeah, sure. Let's just ignore I can stream until the end of the Z fight. That's fine.
So Couch found an enemy he can actually beat up pretty easily here in Bahamut.
Yeah, this Bahamut should go down pretty quickly, especially with Quake doing 3,500 damage. Now, White Spear Cane doing work. Oh my goodness.
But now Eizan getting ready here for a little microwave brunch. Gonna see which butt.
Yep, which of the 528 butts will we have today?
65,000 butts.
That's too many butts.
A 528 is okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that one was not cute.
No, I don't think Gargamel is cute, but
would you invite Gargamel to brunch?
No, but he'd probably show up anyway. And then it would be a whole awkward situation.
Would you prefer Gargamel or Yogi?
I have to think on that one.
I think Yogi would eat more food.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, yeah, this is, because of Eizan's levels, this is kind of not a hard fight for him. The nukes will be coming out here in a hurry, and I think we might see Big Bang too, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's a big maybe, I would say.
Maybe energy.
Yeah, with the power from the nukes from Fu and Palom. Considering we've got this much damage out, I think before Big Bang 1?
Yeah, Couch found the adamant finally, so I'm sure that nobody will ever say always check your freebies, because nobody ever says that.
Yeah, no. That's definitely not something anyone has said. It does look like Couch is going to go to Baron, which will put him in go mode very shortly once he gets through. Well, shortly by which I mean getting through this whole walk and another boss fight.
Would you serve microwave Gargamel at your brunch?
I don't know. That feels a little bit weird to serve at brunch.
Oh, okay. But like it's a lunch dish?
Maybe.
Okay.
But also I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. These are I'm being asked to think about situations that I've never invested any thought into before.
Hard-hitting situations come up in free enterprise commentary. I understand. It's just, all the nuking. It just made me think about it.
Yeah, there is. I mean, we do have a lot of microwaving going on.
And bluff.
I mean, maybe Eizan wasn't satisfied with the damage that Palom was doing and wanted to do more. But also it's Palom and Fu's nap time. And
we got rocks.
We got the combo platter. But Edge doesn't care.
We got a ninja shirt. And we are all set with a GG for EizanTayama. First place in this race, taking game one with a time of 1:30.29.
Yeah. GG's to Eizan.
And meanwhile, Couch has found his go mode, and we'll see about getting Eizan in for an interview right away.
It looks like we are joined by EizanTayama now. GG's to you, Eizan.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now, yes.
We'll work on getting Eizan back in here.
That should be okay now.
Hey, GG.
Thank you.
What did you think about the start of the seed coming with Edge on the moon? How did that change things for you?
At first I thought, oh, well, this makes it easier, but then I realized he doesn't really have any weapons, so he didn't help as much as I expected him to.
Yeah, Edge is one of those characters that's been really nerfed by the Sineki flag.
But the flame came in pretty handy, so that worked out.
Yeah. You don't need weapons to cast flame.
Yeah, and then you got that foo at Earth Crystal, and that kind of put the seat on the easy track for you.
Oh yeah, especially with Kainazo up there at Ruby.
Yeah, getting through that Kainazo at Ruby with that foo would have been a lot more challenging. Let's say.
So did you consider going to the moon before you did that top of tower dive? Like, was that like a 50-50 thing, or was that something that you always wanted to clear from the beginning?
Well, I was sitting at 9 key items, so I was like, well, I know Bahamut is up there, and he's pretty much free, so if it gives me 10, I'll go to the moon. But then it was a Baron key, so I was like, well, I'll finish this out and see where that leads, and then make a decision from there.
Yeah, Xenocat here speculated that you could get that and it could be a rabbit hole for you, but then you just found the dolls and it was fine.
Yeah.
Well, if that was a fail, I was going to go clear Fey March and then go to the moon because I had the pass. So I was like, well, I really don't want to traverse back to the moon and then come back. And that worked out pretty good there.
Yeah, Couch did clear both of those Fey March bosses for us. You missed out on the White Spear.
Yeah, missed out on a white spear and a gold apple, I believe.
Well, that's good because I ditched Kane anyways.
Yeah, wouldn't have done you much good at that point. So no harm done by skipping that check.
Go up 1-0. Tomorrow, you guys will match same time, I think. How you feeling? You feeling like you can take down game 2?
I'll feel a little better if I end up making mistakes tomorrow. So this one felt pretty smooth overall. No major wipes, especially with Wyvern too.
Yeah, it was kind of a tricky spot for him. Couch not as lucky when that one took a couple of wipes on that, but he had the fast anchor set up that Xenocat was pointing out in the chat, and got through it first try.
Yeah, although it made me out of Star Veils, so I had to go find those. Luckily, it was the first shop I checked.
That's right, yeah. Were you thinking about that at all while you were grinding, or was it just something that popped in your head like right when you were done?
I was sitting there grinding to get Paladin the Nuke, and I was like, I think I'm out of Star Veils. So I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll check the Overworld. So I know they got to be there, so...
I don't know, it was very lucky that the Sarvales were just right there in Aggart the whole time.
Well, I didn't have a lot of checks. I already knew where they weren't, but... how? All right, well, I got to get going. My kid will be home from school soon, so...
GG's again on a well-run race. Really phenomenally run on your part. Getting through this seed as quickly as you did, especially with that hook route and even with the Foo and the Haunted Moon.
Thanks.
Yeah, great match. Look forward to watching you guys tomorrow. Do it again. And Eizan is out. Couch got to Goma while we're talking, sold the Crystal Sword in an act of asserting dominance.
I mean, you may as well assert some dominance if you're not going to take Cecil.
And now we have a grind to finish the seed for Couch, doing the same eggs as before.
Yeah. Lots of scrambled eggs for our brunch.
Is there a sandwich where you prefer a different kind of egg, or is it just always scrambled for you?
For me, it's pretty much always scrambled.
I do kind of like the runny egg yolk on a burger or something. I think that's really tasty.
Yeah, I could see that. I wouldn't know because I'm vegetarian, but I could see that going well.
And as Eizan pointed out, on his spoiler screen, we see the chain from behind Valve was the pan, and the pan to the twin harp.
Yeah, that's not great. That is not a great twin harp find, especially since the twin harp check itself is so long. Even though it is an objective, it's just... If it comes down to this point where it's so late in the seed, it's a kind of long objective, and it's one of those objectives where forging or trading the pink tail or finding a character or boss can often be faster. But the downside of not finding the twin harp is I don't think we're going to get music today.
Surely somebody will play us some music.
I would love it if someone played the music. I love the harp music.
Quick, Xenocat, I need you to scat out the decisive bow from FF6. Go.
I'm being asked to do so many things that I did not sign up for. Thank you, Rivers.
Anyway, here's another Zero side with two new casters. As you saw on Eizan's side, not incredibly difficult. And more microwave Gargamel. Still think I'd rather see Yogi, but that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. The only party difference is that Couch has a white spear cane as opposed to a Yawn, and Edge is wielding a full moon instead of a longsword, but it's essentially going to be a similar damage.
That full moon at this point is like, it's on Edge, and it's like a constant reminder. I don't know if you do this, but like when I play these seeds and I get like a zonk somewhere and I actually have to equip it because it's still the best thing I have, I always feel like it's reminding me the entire seed, like, hey, great play. Wait to do that. Good job.
Yeah, it's a reminder of, hey, you did this. You did the thing. You did this thing. It's done.
Can't be undone.
No, you're using the thing that you got from this spot, even though it's not that great.
Well, that Eizan does check the music here, so I guess I can let Xenocat off the scat duties.
I am very grateful to Eizan for allowing me to not have to do scatting. Just do the scat duties. I was not prepared to scat.
Some things just come up naturally on free enterprise broadcasts, and some things don't.
Yeah. But we are going to get a music check. Oh, goodness. FF2 harp soundtrack is so good.
Would you say that it's better or worse than FF2?
That's I have no comment.
Just asking for an opinion. They weren't fighting words.
I listen. I like this original soundtrack. I like the harp soundtrack. I don't know. I feel like I can't give an accurate opinion on FF2 the game because I have not played FF2.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But the soundtrack's
I think I didn't play it until it was part of that Dawn of Souls version with GBA.
Yeah, I have heard things about it. Some of them good, some of them not so good, but I'm more inclined to think it's worth playing than not.
Good to see Big Bomb get some usage here. Should be pretty close on Couch's side. And there we go.
The shake. Couch is done with an official time of 1 hour, 43 minutes, and 44 seconds.
And we'll see if we can get him in for an interview.
It looks like we are now joined by Couch. GG's on that race, Couch.
Hey, thanks.
The 23rd Couch. Good to see you. Can you tell us, Couch, about doing that early Warlock grind? Because I think everybody was kind of like, is this actually happening? And then you're like, yes, it's actually happening.
I saw the mute bell and I was like, may as well. I had coffins, so sure. And then I tried to run buffer the first one and I forgot.
Yeah, we saw
it. We stopped disallowing running this tournament. You can run again.
Yeah, that was an interesting seed. Had I not put off the free things, I maybe would have been a lot closer.
Yeah, you were only about 2 minutes behind Eizan getting into the underworld, and I think that was mostly because of that first wipe at CPU.
Yeah, I kind of figured I was behind when that happened.
Yeah, it was really close. You were, I think, even after clearing through the Fey March, you really weren't that far behind. I think after the Fey March, you were maybe behind by the sealed cave check and
nice.
The Sheila one. So it was really, you were doing really well through a lot of that seed. It's just the decisions you made to go to the moon, which was very understandable because, I mean, it's a boss and 1 key item, or, well, 2 key for you, but it's just, it's the numbers play. We were talking in the booth about how that is definitely a reasonable play, and it just unfortunately didn't pay off for you this time.
Yeah, that moon was pretty rude as well. Had a lot of punchy spots.
Yeah, that Val was gating the Twin Harp eventually, so good to see. Antlion was not a fan of yours either.
No, not at all.
Antlion did have a Magma Key, so you could have skipped Kanato at Hook if you had decided to do that, but no. No one wants to do Antlion and Crystal Sword Altar just for faster underground access.
Yeah.
Well, if there had been something in that Fey March, definitely would have been a race that went a lot closer to you, I feel like. So I mean, you played really well, Couch.
Yeah, I felt like I made some poor decisions. Like, I mean, top of tower was a free fight, and I didn't check Sheila before going to the moon. It was just kind of like bad decision here, bad decision there. But we got a game 2 still, and possibly game 3. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you're not out of this yet.
I'm excited to see what kind of spicy grind tech you got for game 2. If we're going right to Warlocks game 1. Ooh.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Get that Quake early. I mean, you made up a lot of time actually on that ordeals because Isaac was like punching things with Edge, and you're just like, Quake, bye. Quake, bye.
Yeah.
Quake, bye.
Finding that Palom and having a mute bell and a siren, I was like, I mean, it's kind of a gimme there to go get Quake and go do everything, but I don't know.
Yeah, and it I think would have saved you even more time if there hadn't been a Fu as early as there was up in Zot.
Yeah, probably. That it was nice to see Fu, but
yeah.
Yeah,
it was nice to see Fu, but Eizan did beat you to that Fu by virtue of doing Zot before Baron in, and so was able to get through the Baron in a lot faster.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, thanks for the restream. Thanks for comms. Thanks for tracking. Y'all are great. Can't wait to race Eizan tomorrow. It's gonna be a good one.
That's another one starting at 2 Eastern, correct?
Yes.
So looking forward to seeing that. And GG Couch, thank you very much for letting us stream you.
Yeah, thank you.
And with that, I think our comms team, me and Zeno, I think our restreamer Scala, who you should thank for everything, pretty much every broadcast you probably should thank Scala, and also Stoppable Force for doing our tracking. We've got 3 more matches today. Dusty Griff Vitasia is at 6 Eastern on Randomania. Korak Peasants Game 2 is on Free Enterprise at 7 p.m. Eastern, or 8 p.m. Eastern, and Night Dew Pankraz Game 2 is Randomania at 9:30 Eastern.
Yeah. So look forward to all those matches. We are going to be sending you over to Fred Coughlin, who is playing some Mystery Ladder. So be sure don't spoil the results of this race, in case anyone in that chat or Fred himself wants to watch it later. Also, do not spoil anything related to the ladder. Do not give hints, because he has a mystery opponent, and you should not try to help him figure out the opponent. Don't do that. Don't spoil anything.
We're building a mystery.
Yes. No spoils. You will get bonked.